I've been having trouble with Streamyard, so I'll just kind of, no audio intros or anything like that. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Typical Skeptic Podcast. I'm really excited to have this crew on today. Today I have with me Sandy DiVa and her friends, Real or Not Real and Sag Arm. That's what they go by. And they're Mandela Effect experts. We're going to be getting into the Mandela Effect big time tonight. A little bit more about Sandy DiVa. She's quickly become one of the most talked about figures in the Mandela Effect community, captivating thousands with her investigations into timeline shifts, mass memory anomalies, and multidimensional consciousness. Through her channel, she documents collective experiences that challenge the nature of reality itself, merging spirituality, science, and quantum theory into one of the most powerful discussion. Some of the stuff we'll talk about tonight is what is the Mandela Effect and why does it reveal it, shifting timelines, the role of collective memory versus simulated reality, Sandy's top-ranked Mandela Effect examples that still baffle researchers, how consciousness, emotion, and frequency play into reality shifts, and are we witnessing timelines merging or human ascension? And with all that said, I'd like to give them the guys, the lines are on. So, you guys will be able to call in later. We'll do call-ins later, but I kind of want to do an interview first. So we'll do an interview and then we'll get to we'll do some live calls later. But you guys can always ask your questions in the chat too. That's yeah. But thank you guys for coming on. How is everybody?
Great. Thank you for having us. We're so happy to be here.
Yeah. Thank you, Rob. This is Sag Arm, and my name's Jose. I'm here just to spread the good news about the Mandela Effect. Hopefully, this will be a positive show.
Oh, yeah. For sure. Yeah. Nice to meet you. Yeah. Thank you. And what about Real or Not Real? What's your name?
My name's Josh. Thanks. Doing good. Thanks for having us. This should be fun. I love talking about the Mandela Effect.
Yeah. So Sandy, let's start off with this. Or maybe you guys could take turns. But we'll start with you. How did you first start getting into the Mandela Effect, and what were you witnessing, and how did this all, break it down for us a little bit, and then we'll give your friends a chance to tell their examples of how they got into it.
Sounds good. I was actually introduced to the Mandela Effect by mainstream channels like Shane Dawson, and it wasn't until a few months later where I came across the community where Moneybags and Scarab Performance and those type of channels, Brian McFarlane, and I immediately started seeing new Mandela Effects everywhere. But I didn't feel comfortable just starting a YouTube channel. So I created a Twitter account at Residue Research and was doing that for at least, 3-4 months when Brian McFarlane came along and asked me to join his show. And that's how I got into it. I spent years making content with the Mandela Effects that I was seeing for other channels. So I joined Brian McFarlane, and then simultaneously I was on Scarab Performance and Curious and Curiouser. So I was doing 3 shows every week. And then all of a sudden, all of them stopped doing shows, and I started doing my own channel, and that's where we're at now.
Yeah, well, what made it stick for you? There, you were like, "This is a real phenomenon. There's something definitely happening here." What was it? Too much evidence to kind of overlook?
Absolutely. No, not only that. I say this to people. The mainstream narrative is that we're misremembering, and I hate that, because if you think about all the stuff that you remember that is correct, especially for people in my generation, Gen Xers and older, where we grew up with regular telephones, no technology, I can tell you what my phone numbers were growing up. I could tell you friends' phone numbers. I could tell you my grandparents' phone numbers. I could tell you birth dates. I guarantee you know how to get to places that are far from your home and get home again, that you only go maybe a few times a year. Your memory is amazing. The fact that you would remember all of that, but not remember a single word in a song or a single detail, like Josh's avatar. You wouldn't remember you remember the tail and it's not there, and your memory is fallible. No, our memories. The problem is, I will agree that our memory can be fallible short term. But
Yeah.
our long-term memory, the things that we've looked at over and over and over again, you know every word to your favorite song. If one word is different, you're going to notice. But instead, they
Yeah.
say we're misremembering. But no, it's long-term memory and short-term memory. Short-term memory, sure. But that long-term memory is where the Mandela effects are coming from. And that I could not ignore
What do you
that.
think
I
the
couldn't.
what do you think the Mandela effect is? What do you think we're dealing with? Like, do you think it's timelines merging or something like that?
I have my own theory. There's lots of theories out there. It could be a simulation. Some people believe it's CERN. I don't, because we have CERN's schedule, and I still see Mandela effects when CERN is turned off. I do think CERN could be amplifying it, but they're not causing it for me. I have an out there theory for new people to the Mandela effect. My theory is multi-part. I believe we are like moving in and out of timelines. Timelines merge. But I also believe, don't laugh, Rob, I'm sorry. I believe we were moved to an earlier version of Earth. I think something cataclysmic happened on the Sagittarius arm. There's a chunk of the Sagittarius arm missing according to science. And I know many people in our communities do not even believe in space. But
Yeah.
they claim that a chunk is missing from the Sagittarius arm and they don't know what happened to it. And I propose that something cataclysmic happened and God saved us and moved us to an earlier version of Earth. And the reason why I believe that is there are many Mandela effects that are not explained by timelines. For example, South America being 3,000 miles east? For many people, including myself, South America was below North America. The Panama Canal was east to west. But now the Panama Canal is southeast to northwest. It's not even a straight line up and down. It starts in the southeast and moves northwest. And there's even images of South America where Brazil is off the coast of North Carolina or South Carolina. It's ridiculous.
What?
Yeah,
That's insane.
That's why that timelines don't explain physical issues with the Earth. We also have a million new weather patterns. There's like 16 different types of rainbows. I found a couple people in the community have found a couple rainbow mountain ranges. Well, there's a total of like 14 rainbow locations now, including the island of Hormuz, which is an Iranian island where the whole island is rainbow. The people eat the dirt as a spice. And Jose just realized that they now get blood rivers and the whole ocean turns red. Like, these places never existed for us.
Well, I got a question for you. Like, do you think that like aliens or archons or like some kind of interdimensional species? It doesn't have to be aliens. It could be, or let's just say like the controllers of this reality, which we know they could also be human. But like, it seems like something is controlling this reality. Like, do you think like something like that could have something to do with like why these things are changing? Like, maybe they don't want us to know about our real history or what the world purpose of this reality is, et cetera, like, and maybe that has something to play into this at all. Do you buy into that at all? I
don't, but I know a lot of people do. For me, I believe this could be the great deception spoken about in the Bible, where, I believe God saved us, moved us to an earlier version of Earth, and the other one, the evil one, is deceiving us, and that deception is the Mandela effect. But I know many people believe that. They believe in entities, aliens, and they believe it's not simulation theory, but it's very closely related from what I've seen. But then they tell me, no, it's not. I have a hard time believing we're in a simulation because, and maybe I'm wrong here, but I would make the assumption that if I knew I was living in a simulation, that I would have some control over it. Yeah. That I would have and that's the thing. I've lived in bed since 2016 for like 95% of every single day since 2016.
Why? What happened?
I had cancer and I developed a condition that broke my nervous system. So I'm okay. It's okay.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is if this were a simulation, wouldn't I be at least be able to find a doctor to help a little bit, or something
Well,
to improve my condition?
did
I
you ever
don't know.
try like self-healing and stuff like that? And like, do you feel like we can manipulate this reality and change things?
I did. I don't believe. Well, I can't say. I don't believe I can. I have seen things where people have suggested a Mandela effect to happen, and then it happens. For example, someone said, "Next thing you know, Mickey Mouse is going to have yellow shorts." And then next thing you know, I found that Mickey Mouse has every color of the rainbow shorts. I'm talking about cartoons of Mickey Mouse in his standard outfit, but his shorts are green, his shorts are blue. So, and yellow, like they suggested. So, I mean, I guess it's possible, but I mean, I see videos of people saying, like, everybody, we're going to focus on this to change this, and nothing changes. So,
Yeah.
I don't really buy into it, but
I,
I'm not going to tell people they're wrong if they do.
No, I'll just tell you some examples I had. You might find it interesting. Like I'm very skeptical in my personal life, but I let people come on and say whatever they want. You know what I mean? Like but then I had what you would call an entity attachment myself. It was a real, I mean, like, let me be clear. I wasn't seeing ghosts or demons or anything like that. I never saw anything. I just felt an energy presence. Like at one point it felt like there was like an astral bug on my head. I swear to God, and then there were times where it would feel like this energy would attach itself to like my head. So I had to learn how to manipulate energy, which is crazy. And then within that, I learned about like manifesting too. But I'll be clear, I haven't been able to manifest like large amounts of anything. I'm still a broke podcaster from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. but like I have seen that we can change it a little bit, and I've seen people do some like interesting stuff with healing, but I am skeptical though too. So I hear what you're saying. I've experienced a little bit, so it makes me, I don't know.
No, I understand. And speaking of attachments, Sai in the chat has informed me that I have a benevolent spirit attached to me who may make an appearance on this podcast. Just to give you a heads up. For the
That's
last
cool.
like 2 months, there have been EVPs on my channel, and they're very good. Yeah, we have some if you want to hear them. But
yeah, and I was going to say I saw you showed examples of your Mandela effects on your channel. If you want to do that, you can do that. You can show some examples at one point too. What I wanted to do was I wanted to give your friends a chance to talk a little bit because they haven't got a chance to talk. Whoever wants to do first, Jose or Jeff, right? Real or not real? Josh, I'm sorry. Yeah. Would you guys like to go? Let's go with Josh first. Would you like to tell a little bit about how you got involved in this, how you met Sandy, and then like just your fascination with the Mandela effect, and then your theories on it, and then we'll go with Jose next. I think you're muted.
Oh. Jose wants to go first. My internet's kind of acting up.
Oh, it's okay.
If you want to go first, Jose? I'm going to try to get this fixed real quick. All right.
Yeah, I can do that. Thank you. My name's Jose, and I run a channel called Sag-Arm Mandela Effect because 6 years ago, I had like a revelation of what the Mandela Effect was. So,
Jose, the moving it's really loud.
No, it wasn't me. I'm not moving. Okay. The way I got into the Mandela Effect is conspiracy theories, like the moon landing, 2012, the Mayan calendar. So, it all started there. And once I found about the Mandela Effect, it blew my mind. It's like, this is it. This is what I was looking for. Because I'm like you, I'm a skeptic. I have to research everything. It has to feel right, or else it's going to be bad for you. You're going to end up drinking. You're going to end up going crazy. You're going to go to mental hospital. If you don't get a hold of the Mandela Effect, it can drive you crazy. Yeah. So I decided to do a spiritual search for myself because I was a long time ago. I was a Christian for 9 years. So I knew about Jesus. I knew about God. I knew about his power, but I always thought that it was a fake. I always thought that people were lying. So I kind of took that route, the spiritual route, to be the Mandela affected. So that's what helped me get through the Mandela effect, because it hit me really hard. I mean, I ended up like losing my job, losing a lot of friends, losing a lot of people that would trust me. My circle kept getting smaller and smaller because everybody thought I was crazy. So this is a phenomenon that can hurt you and change your life. You can lose your friends, your family, just by talking about it. So I kind of figure out, it's like, how can I make this a positive thing? And it's like, I'm not crazy. So when Sandy, we kind of met at Brian Stabley's show. We met at Scaro Performance, and we kept in touch. So we kind of like mentor each other to move forward instead of getting stuck in changes. Everybody's talking about changes and changes this. It's like, wait a minute, where is the proof? The only proof that we could find about the Mandela effect is its residue evidence. So when I looked at that, I looked at it like, okay, where's the original evidence? And then we figure out it doesn't exist. So we kind of put it like a puzzle. We put a puzzle together for the Mandela effect because everybody remembers the same thing, close to it. And so we kind of we're trying to put a puzzle together. That's why we joined Sandy's show. We it's like a think tank. We're there to help people. We're not there like you, you're open-minded, but yet we're a skeptic about everybody that comes in because they all have their own theories. So we have to be respectful for that. Just like your channel, you're open for new ideas. But I soon realized that there is a God, and He is in charge of my life, and He's in charge of my spirit. And I believe the Mandela effect, like Sandy said, is a deception. Even the Bible says, there's going to be something that's going to deceive a lot of people. And that, to me, that's the Mandela effect. So it's very important to make sure we talk about it the right way, because we don't want to make it worse than it already is. Because a lot of people, like you said, a lot of people remember the bunny right here, the George. What is he called? I'm getting a blank. George with the tail. I remember with the tail. He always had a tail in my mind, but in this reality, doesn't have a tail. So what happened? We cannot find the tail. Where did it go? It never existed. That's how me and Sandy determined that we're somewhere else. And that's why we can see the Mandela effect. Like she says, South America moved to the right 3,000 miles. Panama Canal is kinked up. It's crooked now. It's something happened. So the only evidence that we have is the white sun. Okay, here in this timeline, the sun is white. We come from a yellow sun. Some people come from an orange sun. So when we figure that out, is that we're somewhere else. That's why our memories doesn't match this reality. And I'll stop right there. I don't want to confuse you.
No, that is fascinating. And that makes, we already have a call. I don't know if I should take it. I wanted to give Josh a chance to talk. But I don't know. What do you guys think I should do? You want me to take the call real quick, or before Josh goes?
Sure.
What do you think, Sandy? Okay, I'll take the call.
Go for it.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I hope it's not a pranker. Hello, you're live on the air with.
Fucking retards, and I get really sick of hearing you flat earthers.
Okay, all right, that was an idiot. So okay, that girl had serious mental health issues. So we don't get that a lot. So I think it's funny. They can do that. I think it's hilarious. Anyway, so why do people have to do that? Anyway, so Josh, would you like to go and tell us a little bit about yourself? And
Yeah, sure. I've been, I discovered the Mandela effect probably towards the end of 2017 or so. And I just found it, by accident. I was, searching through YouTube. I'm was into conspiracies, and, for some reason something popped up about the Mandela effect, and I watched the video and found it interesting. So then I watched another one, and when I seen the one about the Statue of Liberty, I grew up. A lot of people I know grew up just thinking, always knowing that the Statue of Liberty was on Ellis Island, and when they said it was on Liberty Island, I was like, what in the world? And that's basically what got me hooked into the Mandela effect, because it was just crazy to me. Like, I knew my whole life that it was Ellis Island, and so then it started, and then it just went down a rabbit hole, and I've 8 years later haven't gotten out of that rabbit hole. But I don't have any idea why, what's happening. I don't have any really good working theories on, what's causing it. I just have fun with it. It's fun talking about it, and, I like the conspiracy. They're trying to figure it out, but I don't know if we'll ever actually be able to figure it out.
Yeah, I agree. So what do you think the implications of this are, Sandy? Do you think that, like, what we're on a better timeline then? Is that kind of what you're saying, or where do you think this is? Where do you think the Mandela effect is leading us, or do you think it's meant to point us out to something that we're supposed to figure out about our reality?
I don't think it's better. Like you said, a better place. I think some of the Mandela effects do have a message in them. But no, actually, like I said, I believe it's the Great Deception. So I think it's definitely a worse place. I think we're here for a reason, but I'm not sure what that reason is. And I believe we're constantly shifting timelines. I think this may be just an effect that happens. It may possibly has always been. I believe that the Mandela effect may have always this may be the way reality works.
Yes.
And the reason why we're aware of it is because of the internet, because we can talk to people about it. People share their experiences. Whereas before, if we noticed something, we would just brush it off, because I personally have experienced Mandela effects before there was a term, the Mandela effect. I just didn't know what it was. And I made the assumption, oh, well, maybe the song was different, or maybe I misremembered that, or you make excuses, especially when you don't have a reason for it. And if you brought it up to someone, they might remember it like you do, but you don't know what it is. So I do think it's very possible this is just the way reality works. I don't know if I'm right. No, we can't ever know if we're right. Like, I think it was Josh saying that we're probably never going to know the cause of it, because how are we going to be able to tell unless someone comes and says, I am the cause of the Mandela effect? How are we to find out what is actually causing it?
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about it, we can speculate, but I don't see how we could find an answer.
What are some of the most, like, outrageous, or not even outrageous, but like the ones that really stick, like examples of the Mandela effect? Like, I've heard of, like, obviously, like Luke, I'm Your Father, the Bernstein Bears. I'm trying to think of, I know about all the mainstream ones, I guess. And then I've heard about the ones on the map too, and I'm trying to think what other ones I know about. I've heard of a lot of them, but for me, it messes with my mind. I don't know if it's like this with you, but like, for me, it messes with my mind because I'm 45 years old. I grew up in the 80s and 90s. So like, when I see this stuff, like, I know the way it's like you said, Sandy, it's like, I know the way it was, like, and I'm not going to let anybody tell me differently. You know what I mean? Like, I know the way it was. You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. And since you're saying that, the mainstream ones, would a lot of those mainstream ones have been Mandela'd again. And it always drives me crazy when I see people, like, see videos online where they just talk about the original one, like, mirror, mirror on the wall is magic mirror on the wall. And they leave it there instead of saying, well, do me a favor, tell me what comes after mirror, mirror on the wall. What do you remember?
Finest of them all, right?
What is it?
Isn't it Who's the Finest of Them All or something like that? Or
Close
who's the
enough.
sweetest of them all or something like that? I don't know.
Who's the fairest of them all? You were very close. But the point is, it's now who is the fairest one of all. So instead of whose, it's who is. Instead of fairest one of them all, it's one of all. So I don't understand why, if people are going to cover a Mandela effect, they don't cover the entire quote.
Isn't there?
Almost everything.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I was just going to mention the Bible one. Isn't there one in the Bible about the lamb laying down with the lion, and now it's a wolf or something like that?
That's also changed multiple times. We have, yes, it was the lion shall lay with the lamb, and now it was the wolf shall dwell with the lamb. But depending on the Bible you have, it says many different things. I would actually have to look up the specific ones, but they don't all even say the wolf shall dwell with the lamb. But yes, that's a huge Mandela for many people who know the Bible, or who don't even know the Bible that well. I was raised Catholic. I only know a few Bible verses, that being one of them. And that's huge for me. It was always the lion shall lay with the lamb. Always. I agree with you 100%.
Mm-hmm. Also, the Lord's Prayer changed.
Oh, gosh, yes.
Yes.
The Nicene Creed, the Lord's Prayer. Seated at the right hand of the Father, that's different as well. There's so many Mandelas. The biggest one for me right now, there's an echo. I don't know where it's coming from. The biggest one for me right now, and I bring it up anytime I have somebody on my show, is a Christmas song of all things. And people in my chat, they're probably rolling their eyes because they've heard it so many times. But I know you haven't heard it, so I'm going to ask you, do you know the song Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, Rob?
Yeah, I know that. It's like that's a classic.
Right. So Bing Crosby sings it. A lot of people sing it,
and they must have said that Bing Crosby. Yeah.
A lot of people sing it, and they sing it correctly. But Bing Crosby, the one I grew up with, does not sing it correctly. I'm going to ask you, do you know the second line? So the first line is, have yourself a merry little Christmas. Do you know the rest of it?
Your heart desire or something? Isn't that something like that? I don't know. Like,
close enough. It's let your heart be light.
Okay.
That's what I remember. However, Bing Crosby now sings let yourself be lies.
What?
And let yourself be lies. Mm-hmm.
It's this fucks with my mind so bad. This drives me completely insane. You know what I mean? Because it's like who is doing that? I mean, what is doing? You know what I mean? Like it's so strange. You know, it's very real. Like, you know, like people will say that this is like us like forgetting things. Like then it was always like this. Like, but no, that's not the case. I think that's just like the controllers or whatever, like covering up for the fact that it's happening, or like, you know, like, I don't know, maybe they don't want to freak people out, but it's definitely happening, you know? I mean, it's, yeah.
And that's the thing, like, and I encourage anyone who hasn't been to my channel, who has not heard the clip that I've played a million times, because we can't play it here. He will get a copyright. Please go search Bing Crosby in YouTube. Have yourself a merry little Christmas and listen to it for yourself, because it's clear as day. Let yourself be lies. And to me, that's a message, because it's a Christmas song. It's supposed to be about, you know, Jesus's day, Jesus's birthday. And he's singing about, you know, Christmas, and let yourself be lies. The king of lies, that's Satan. I totally believe that's a message. And that's what I mean by some of them have messages sprinkled in them. A lot of them have messages that are reflective of our society today as well. So, but some of them don't. Some of them, I think it's like a ripple effect. Like maybe, you know, they're going to drop a message in this one, and then there's a ripple effect and other things are Mandela'd, but they don't have a message in them. Or maybe I'm just not seeing a message in them. I don't know.
Yeah. We got a call. I'll take this call. Hopefully this is a good one. And hello, you're live on the air with Sandy Mandela Effects and her crew and Typical Skeptic Podcast. Who's calling?
Hi, everyone. Call facility here. Good to see the gang.
Hi, nice to meet you. How are you?
I'm doing okay, and I enjoy the Mandela Effect and into it for quite a while. And the reason I'm calling in today is I'd like to throw something in the mix that it's been kicked around. Hey, when did this start? Some people say, hey, my first was in like 2005 or 1999. My first was in the late 1960s. I was 10 years old. And I watched the TV that had about 5 channels, and we were going from black and white to color. And at least 3 times a week, they had Smokey the Bear, Only You Can Prevent Forest Fires.
I remember that. I was an 80s kid, but I remember that.
And I don't know why, but they just pumped that commercial. And then a year later, when I was like 10 or 11, it changed to the bear with no shirt, and he lost the V. It said Smokey Bear, and it was a fire commercial. And at that age, I was extremely curious. I had kind of an engineering mind. I was fascinated with electric motors, and I was pretty much at the top of my class. They put me in the higher grades. And when that changed in the late 1960s, I asked, why did they change it? It was better the way it was. And that's all I wanted to present. I wanted to put that on the table for everybody to kick around.
Well, while we have you on the phone, do you have a question for Sandy?
I could answer what he brought up, but
several times a week, 3 or 4 times a week, and I make long drives in the car. It helps in the commutes and stuff like that. And no, I'm just appreciative that this is in the public eye and ear, because it really should be. And we have to learn more about like what's causing it and the updates, where somebody will initially answer the question correctly, and then, oh, wait. No, it wasn't Ellis Island. It was Liberty Island. Like there's a wave or something controls these people and changes their mind. So it's something we really need to help with.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for calling in, and I'll let Sandy answer. But guys, if you want to call in, the call-in number again is 573-877-7637 if you're listening on X, or if you're just listening. And Sandy, did you want to remark on that? And I thought that was a great call.
I agree, absolutely. So we have covered Smokey the Bear, and I agree with him. It was always Smokey the Bear, and I invented a word. This is just I made this up to make my life easier, so I wasn't saying a whole sentence every time, but I call it a man-scuse. When the internet tries to explain away a Mandela effect with nonsense, and the man-scuse for Smokey the Bear to Smokey Bear is that, oh, you remember it because of the song that most of us have never even heard. They try to tell us that we remember Smokey the Bear because of the song. Well, I've never heard the song. Many people have never heard the song, and yet we remember Smokey the Bear as well. He mentioned something about a shirt disappearing. For me, and I'm pretty alone on this one, I remember him dressed as a ranger. I don't remember
that. I think that was the whole thing. It was like there was something about forest fires and a park ranger. Yeah, I remember that. But I was in the 80s. I remember because they used to play that in the 80s, from what I remember.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They still do. But the thing is, many people do remember the blue jeans that he wears. I don't remember the blue jeans. I remember like a khaki green or tan ranger outfit. The hat matched, and he was wearing a shirt, and he is not wearing a shirt now. It's just blue jeans. Some people remember him wearing suspenders. I remember a shirt, but other people do remember suspenders. And the forest fires, that is something another term I invented to make my life easier, is what I call a time Mandela. And the reason why I call it a time Mandela is because the company, the organization, did change it from forest fires to wildfires. That is an organizational change to the slogan. However, I would have to look it up. I usually have a presentation in front of me giving me that information. We're going to make up a year just for so you understand what I'm saying here. So let's pretend they changed it to wildfires in 2015. Many people remember it being forest fires straight through to 2020. So that's a time Mandela where they remember it forest fires past the time that the company changed it. But it is a company change from forest fires to wildfires because they wanted it to cover more things like brush fire, any outdoor fire besides just forest. But
So that's not a true that part isn't a true Mandela effect, but there
no,
is something still, or no, I'm
it
sorry.
is. That's what I was
Okay.
trying to explain. It's a time Mandela because people remember it's still being forest fires well after the organization changed it to wildfires. And that's why I think we're switching timelines, because maybe in this timeline, they changed it earlier than in the timeline they were in. So it's just a different type of Mandela, a different way that it's a Mandela effect. Like
What do you
Cup of
think
Noodles is another one.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
A similar one is Cup of Noodles. Many people remember it as Cup O Noodles. The company changed the name to Cup Noodles. The problem is, what year do you remember Cup O Noodles, or you just remember it as Cup Noodles, Rob?
I think I remember Cup of Noodles.
Okay, so a lot of people remember Cup O Noodles until recently. They'll learn of the Mandela effect a year or two ago, and they were like, oh my gosh, it's always been Cup O Noodles for me. But Cup Noodles, again, I don't know the year. It's the company did change it, but they remember it for years, sometimes a decade later, as Cup O Noodles. So it's a time Mandela. It's still a Mandela effect, but it's about when the company changed it.
One that freaks me out is because I had this as you know, was the Fruit of the Loom, because I owned the underwear when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Like I had my Fruit of the Looms, and like I remember the cornucopia. Right? It was always there.
Absolutely.
Was, you know,
that one's driving me crazy because people are faking them all over the internet right now. Like you're going to see, like if you go to TikTok, all over TikTok, there's people photoshopping the cornucopia and pretending that they found it. They'll be like, it's not a Mandela effect. Here, look, I found this in my closet. It's got a cornucopia on it. And they're always using one of 3 cornucopias. One of them is one created by Fruit of the Loom for an April Fool's joke in, I believe it's 2017. Another one was created by someone to show the Mandela effect. So it was a graphic created. I forget where it was originally located. And then another one is just a piece of clip art that everyone keeps using. So they will literally Photoshop them in and then make a video saying, look, I found it. It's not a Mandela effect. Absolutely it is. They're all Photoshops. I've had to debunk it like 3 times in the last 2 years. It's just,
what did the companies say about? What did did the companies speak out about this? Like, has Fruit of the Loom ever commented on like this? Or?
Yes, they said that it's never been in their logo, and like I said, as an April Fool's joke, they threw the cornucopia in on their website. You can still go back in the Wayback Machine to that date and see how many cornucopias they threw on their website. It was ridiculous.
I mean, see, I don't like when they mess with our mind like that, because like we all remembered a certain way, and it's like, how could they say it wasn't? You know, it's like they're blatantly lying, or it's almost like it makes me wonder, like, do they know and they're covering it up or something? You know?
No, we've researched patents and logo histories extensively. They're not. It's not there in this timeline. It's just not. Other companies that have done that is Cup of Noodles. They brought back Cup of Noodles for a short time, like actually a product you could buy that said Cup O Noodles. They brought it back because of the Mandela effect community. And another one more recently was Skechers. Skechers with the T, because it's never had the T in it. And Mr. T was reviving his A-Team role. And he was like selling Skechers, and they put the T in there. So they're just making fun of us. That's how it comes across to us. Like, oh yeah, okay. It's just, but there a lot of companies do it, but they all speak out on it. They're not quiet about it. They'll be like, no, we've never had that logo ever. And you can research it. There's Logopedia. There's logohistory.com. There's plenty of logo sites where you can see the history of the logo. And because every logo, anytime I see a Mandela effect with a logo, those are the first places I check. And then I also do a Google search for the company history, because sometimes the Logopedia site doesn't have the updated, they don't have them all. And then there's sometimes that logos we've never seen before show up. One of them is a Ford logo that was never used, supposedly. And the Ford logo did have a logo where it doesn't have the curly Q. So there's things that show up. I recommend everyone, if you see a logo Mandela effect, to just do a Google search for the logo history before you believe anybody saying they found cornucopias on the internet and stuff like that. But I agree with you 100%. 100% I had a cornucopia for me.
Here was just a caller. Hopefully this isn't a prank. Hi, you're live on the air with Sandy Mandela Effects and Typical Skeptic Podcast and Sandy's crew. Who's calling, please?
Okay.
Hello?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, hi. Hello?
Sound like LJ.
Yeah, it was LJ.
It was LJ?
She's calling from...
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Hi,
Okay.
LJ.
This is LJ.
You know, you're calling from a 724 phone number. You're from my area. I'm in the 412.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I wanted to call in. What town are you from?
I'm north of. I don't want to say what town I'm from because people will, you know what I mean. But I'm north of the city of Pittsburgh.
What side of Pittsburgh are you from?
Towards Vandergrift area, if you know where that is.
Yeah, I live in North Huntingdon Township in Westmoreland County.
Oh, okay, yeah, you're real close to me. Yeah, you're real close.
Yeah. So one of the things I wanted to bring up, and you'll be familiar, is one of the ways that people connect with the Mandela effect is when something in their local area changes. Something on their map, something that just the natives know. And like, for instance, have you ever seen some of those lists of funny names of towns in Pennsylvania? Have you ever seen those?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Apollo, Mars, Intercourse, all that.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever heard of mustard?
No, for some reason I don't know why.
No, there wasn't any mustering. There's still. It's changing. It's developing. It popped up 10 miles from my house on a map. I was just looking at the local map, which I often look at, and all of a sudden, boom, mustard. And then I looked it up, and it said there is no town named Mustard in Pennsylvania, and it wasn't on any of the funny town name lists in Pennsylvania, but it has a post office, a Mustard post office that's been there since the 1800s.
Wow. It's crazy how this shit just shows up. That's insane.
It's insane. Are you familiar with Howard Hanna Real Estate?
Yeah. Howard Hanna was big here in the Pittsburgh area. Yeah, I know them. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you spell Hanna?
Hannah, right?
It used to be. I just purchased a home with their service, and it is so weird. It's Hanna, and on their logo and on their cards where the H used to be, there's this stupid little green box, and they are now spelling their name to everybody. When you call them, they'll say, we're Howard Hanna, Hanna.
Holy shit.
But they have no memory that they ever had an H.
Wow.
Rob, if you'd like to see it, I did this presentation for her. I can have Josh present it if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, we're gonna end the call. Thank you for calling in, and it was nice to meet a fellow Yinzer. Yeah, Pittsburghers, we're Yinzers, right? So yeah, it was nice talking to you. And
Could I mention two more real quick?
Yeah, sure. Go for it.
Before before I ever heard of the Mandela Effect, my mom was a pennies lady at Westmoreland Mall.
I remember
And
Westmoreland
I forget
Mall.
which was which, but there was PENNYS and there was PENNEYS. And her mall had one of the spellings, and then Monroeville Mall had the other spelling. And I just thought they must have sold off part of the company, and it's a copyright issue. But no, now it's fully changed to one or the other of them. I always get them mixed up. The other thing is, I have to look at it right now. The Steeler logo looks strange to me. It's got this silver. Do you remember a silver circle with black lines around the Steeler logo?
Yeah, it was like the older 70s logo, I think, right?
Well, it's like that. No, I don't know. It just looks funny to me.
I'm sure it's changed. Yeah. By the way, I'll just tell you this real quick. They're destroying the Monroeville Mall, it's crazy for you guys that aren't Pittsburghers. The Monroeville Mall is like a landmark. It's where they filmed Night of the Living Dead, George Romero. You know what I mean? It has a lot of history. Yeah, they're closing it down.
I was there. I think the day it opened. I was 11.
Wow.
And yeah, and they used to have that ice skating rink in it that was in the movie and stuff.
This is another part of our reality.
I met the guy that built the skating rink. I was traveling on a work job, and I just happened to meet this guy in a restaurant, and struck up a conversation just because I'll do that. But anyway, he was the guy that he put the skating rink in, and then he took it out and put the food court in.
Yeah, and I think the problem is, and I'm gonna drop the call now, but I think the problem is that like a lot of people are shopping online, and that's what it is, and we're losing our physical places where we go. I just wanted to throw that in there real quick, Sandy. But yeah, if you wanted to kind of remark on whatever she said, sorry about that.
Oh no, it's okay. I was asking Josh if he could present the image for you so you can see it.
Yeah, that'd be great. If you present it, I'll just add it to the screen. It'll pop up on the bottom, and I'll add it.
Yeah.
The Howard Hanna.
Yeah, you can just you don't have to do the whole presentation. Just fast forward to where I have the current reality versus the one I recreated.
So where are you guys from? Are you guys? I usually heard I'm from Pittsburgh. What area are you guys calling from? I mean, what area are you guys from?
I think Josh is closest to you. I'm in Philadelphia.
Oh, you're in Philly, dude. I love Philly. I went to college in Philly, and I spent a lot of time. I went to concerts there. I love Philly. I love Philly. I was just watching a food show about Philly today. You guys have so much good. I never got to have a tomato.
Wait. You watched a food show about Philly. Were they at a bagel place?
No. They were doing all the Philly hoagies. They were doing the one where they do the guy cuts the meat right out of the thing, and then they were doing cheesesteaks, and then John's pork, and then I'm trying to think where else they went. They went to and they did one where you guys have a tomato pie. I never had a tomato pie when I was there. I was like, Philly got some really good food, I thought Pittsburgh had good food, but Philly has some really good food. You guys, I love Philly, some people, some people look down on Pittsburgh and Philly, but I think Pennsylvania is great. I don't like it here sometimes, but it's all what you make of it. You know what I mean?
I was going to say, a lot of people that talk down on Philly, Pennsylvania, I don't hear much of people talking down on Pittsburgh, to be honest with you. But people talking down on Philly and especially New Jersey, 9 times out of 10, they've never been here.
Yeah, I used to surf at the Jersey Shore all the time. I used to love surfing, and I would go when the waves got good. We would check me and my friends would check Surfline. We would go actually all over the East Coast, but I used to go to Jersey a lot, right in Atlantic City, where I think it's Ocean City, Jersey is right next to it. I think they have a not a pier, but they have there's a break there. It's it's a jetty. It's a jetty. Mm-hmm. It's for surfing terms. And I used to go there all the time. I love that. I'll post this now, but I'm a big fan of the Eagles too. I'm a big Saquon Barkley fan. I know a lot of people in our community don't like sports, but I still follow sports, and I'm a big Eagles fan. Even though I'm from Pittsburgh, I love the Steelers too, but I like the Eagles too. I'm just saying.
I was asking about the bagel thing because my spouse was on a TV show. I forget the guy, but because I don't watch, food shows like that. It's like a guy who goes to different places trying food in different areas. And he came to his work and at the time, And Joey was on TV, so that's why I was curious. But this is the logo now on the bottom. I recreated it on the top the way I remember it.
Yeah.
So
That's
this
kind
is
of what I
what,
remember.
yeah, this is what LJ was talking about on the call. Howard Hanna had an H, for us at least, and now it ends in A and there's a square. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. It's like blatant, you know. It really
Mhm.
is. Like, I don't know. Like it's wow. Do you have some more examples you'd like to show? I'd love to see some more of it. You know, like this is really interesting. And anybody that wants to call, you guys can call in. The number is 573-877-7637. Would love to hear from you. And yeah, you guys can light up the phone lines now. And yeah, but wherever you want to go, I mean, this is so interesting. Like, you know, it really is fascinating to me. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I have thousands of examples, so I need like some. I was asking the chat earlier if they had any preference of a subject matter they want to look at. I mean, they've seen them all. Like most of my people in the chat, they've been to almost every single show for years. They've seen them all. So I need to know what you know. Like, are you?
I know like real basic Mandela. I'm like entry level Mandela effect. I'm not as experienced as you guys. I mean, I've obviously been around the subject. Like, you know, I've interviewed Chris Sinatra. You know what I mean? And he goes pretty deep on the Mandela effect. You know, he told me about Haas avocados that used to be HAAS. So I know some stuff. I just don't know as much as you guys. You know.
Yeah, and see, that's the thing. Like, I don't usually cover those. I'm seeing new ones all the time, so I don't cover the ones that everyone is talking about, that they've talked about, like Haas avocados. Although there is a new one with the Berenstein Bears, and
What's up with that?
it's a little thing. It has to do with the way they look. Josh, would you mind finding a logo? You know what you're looking for, so would you mind finding a logo to present?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. That's awesome. There was just some feedback from the audience. It sounds like they want to see like movies, TV, product logos. He said that Ken Raz says that might gain the most attention. And then pushing buttons, Jonathan says, Sandy, show some weather phenomena.
Okay. That gives me guidance. Thank you, guys. So let's see. I'm just going to start dropping links in our group. Okay, guys?
This is a really great because, you know, we're kind of mixing the audiences. We're mixing my audience with your audience. And then there's like a crossover too. There's a lot of people that watch my show that also watch your show. So that's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
It definitely is. They're the reason why we're here.
Yes.
We got a call. While you guys are looking for those, we'll hopefully this isn't a prank. I got to learn how to screen the calls. Hello, you're live on the air with Sandy Mandela Effects and her crew and the Typical Skeptic Podcast. Who's calling, please?
This is Brooke calling.
Oh, hey, Brooke, how are you? What?
I'm doing all right. How are you guys?
Good. I know who you are. I see you in my chat all the time.
All the time.
I consider you a good friend.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I know you already, you know?
Not really, though, because, like, we've never even hugged, and it's all through screens, and it makes me really sad, and I really wish that we could all be together, like, in the physical and not just at conferences, and we could, like, pick a town, and, like, I know that we all don't get along. I've been in communities. I've been in my own family not getting along. It's hard, you know? But, like, we could just at least live in the same town, and then if you don't like someone, you can just go home, you know?
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So what's going on?
We don't have to, like, build... Huh? I'm sorry, go ahead.
said, so what's going on? Do you have a question for Sandy?
I don't know. I thought we were just calling in to talk to you guys. I don't really know Sandy, but hi, Sandy.
Hi, it's nice to meet you, Brooke.
Another human being.
Yeah.
Brooke, do you know anything about the Mandela Effect?
Brooke, I don't know if you could hear. She said, do you know anything about the Mandela Effect?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I've heard about the Berenstein and the Bernstein Bears and all that, and but I haven't like had any major experiences that have changed my, really perception of things with that. Have you?
That's what we're going to show tonight. She's going to start showing examples. So yeah, but we're going to start showing some of these examples, and it's going to blow your mind. And for some of my audience that hasn't saw some of her stuff yet. So yeah, but I'm glad you called in, Brooke. It was nice of you to call in, and it's good to hear from you.
Yeah, I'll call back at a better time. Anyway, so y'all take care. Have a great show.
Yeah, thank you. And
You too.
Thanks. Good talking to you. Yeah. All right. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I got this first one from Clockwork Orange. This is going to be pretty amazing. I'm adding it right now.
Well, I figured I'd start with just the poster. This is a very old one. I'm trying to see. It's so tiny on my screen. So, do you remember?
Sorry, it looks similar.
No, I was just going to say, well, there's an A in there. Do you remember Clockwork Orange or A Clockwork Orange?
Oh my God, I don't know. That's it. I see that now. Yeah, that's interesting.
See, for me, the A was where he was.
Yeah, it was always a Clockwork Orange, but it was different, right? It was yeah.
Well, he's standing in the letter A, so it's A Clockwork Orange now.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's insane. Like, holy shit, guys! What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I remember it always being A Clockwork Orange.
Not AA?
Not AA, no.
It's crazy, right? It's like,
yeah.
Wow. Like, it definitely feels like they're messing with us, It really does.
I agree.
Like, this is like a joke by I don't know. I mean, what the hell? Sleepless in Seattle. That was a good movie.
Now, I'm alone on this one. Apparently, everyone remembers it the way it is now, but you're looking at Meg Ryan's hair. Do you remember the top poster or the bottom poster?
I think I remember the top poster.
Well, thank goodness someone remembers it like I do.
Yeah.
I remember it like the top too, but it is the bottom now.
Because she was always, the reason why I say that is I think she was more reserved in the movie, and she looks more reserved in the top picture, and in the bottom more picture she's more, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, so that's from what I remember, but I don't remember the movie that well, Like I just remember it being a good movie, yeah. Like,
absolutely, I agree. That's exactly it. I agree. She was very reserved. I'm letting you know some of these presentations are very long. We're not going to do the whole presentation. We'll just fly through it. It's more.
Oh, it's okay. I appreciate you showing any of it. It's fine. You know what I mean? Like, whatever, How long do you want to do tonight? Because we've been going an hour, but I mean, maybe about 20, 30 more minutes or something. What do you think?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Some of these presentations could take 20 or 30 minutes. We're just going to fly through them because the pictures speak for themselves when we get to them. Raising Arizona.
Let me see if I can make this bigger.
So I was starting to see, when I covered this, I was seeing a pattern. We see a lot of patterns in the Mandela Effect. I don't remember every movie having a tagline. So Raising Arizona, a comedy beyond belief. I don't remember the tagline, a comedy beyond belief. They're all over the place. Just if you guys have DVDs or VHS even, or Blu-rays laying around, just look at the cover. I guarantee you there's a tagline on them. It's crazy. They're on everything. There's probably a couple more.
Oh yeah, it's just same one.
Wow.
Yeah, it's everywhere. It comedy
everywhere.
beyond belief. That's what I'm saying, and it was not like that in my past.
You know, we were talking about the other day. You guys remember the AOL chat rooms? How much fun those were?
Yeah, but oh my gosh, you're going back.
Yeah, they were hilarious, right? Like the door would open and you would know when your friend came in or someone entered. You know what I mean? It was hilarious. Like I love the beginning of the internet. The beginning of the internet is so hilarious to me because there was so much fun stuff, crazy stuff. You know, I don't know.
I agree. It was ugly though. My goodness.
Yeah.
Like when I think of MySpace, all the textures and stuff.
Yeah. Remember the dial connections that we got?
Yep. All right, here this comes from Teresa Lynch. There's a movie starring Jason Bateman and Melissa McCarthy. It's Identity. It begins with a T. What's the word you remember? The title of the movie. Identity what?
Identity theft? Or is it that movie? I don't know. I don't know.
Now,
I don't know that.
Normally I wait for people to answer in the chat. And Kitslale, is that how you pronounce it? Says theft.
Yeah.
Jason says thief, and that's the issue. Theft or thief, everyone. Jason says no, it's theft.
Wow.
All right, so
Hey, Sandy, sorry to interrupt, but
yeah.
you see how they answer? One said theft and the other one say thief. So there are two different answers. You might want to explain the variation effect.
Well, this one's not a variation. I'll explain it when we get there because this
All
isn't
right,
a
I just
variation.
don't want you to forget about it because that's very important for the people that come to the Mandela effect. They get confused and they don't know what's going on. Why everybody has a different answer to the same question. And that's very important to figure out because we don't want to confuse people. So we want to help you understand what the Mandela effect is. And it's positive. Don't make it negative. So that's my main message. Your memory is correct. So you're not crazy. It's just something that is happening that we don't understand. That's why we're here. But go ahead. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So as you can see, it's thief now. It's always been thief. It's never been theft. And it also has a tagline. She's having the time of her life. Never saw that ever. Right
His
underneath
life.
identity thief. So it was identity theft, and it's always been thief in this reality.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember theft, identity theft.
Same.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on that tagline? Oh, I'm sorry, go back.
Yeah.
Zoom in on that tagline just so they can see that it's there. She's having the time of her life. Never. That stuff was never there.
In time of his life is what it says.
Oh, time of his life, excuse me. So what I normally do, we'll show you really quickly. I then show residue. And residue is, for those of you that are unfamiliar with the Mandela effect, it's just stuff on the internet. Residue is created by people's memories. People remembering identity theft. So here someone made an alternate cover that says identity theft. Identity theft is all over the place. I highlight it in green. If it's a green slide, it's residue. If it's red, it's the current reality.
I wonder what Jason Bateman thinks about this. You know, he was the actor in it. Like, I wonder if does he know that this is a Mandela effect, or like, are the people that are part of Mandela effects, are they programmed to believe the Mandela effect? That's one we got to ask, you know?
Yeah, I have no idea, but I do know there is one person who is Mandela affected and has been outspoken about it, and that's Zachary Levi. He played Chuck. And he was more recently in something, but I don't watch TV anymore.
I remember Chuck. I used to watch that show, and it was on NBC, I think. Yeah, I remember that show. It was a good show.
So Chuck, Zachary Levi is, so here's identity theft. What is it with the signature? Does it say, it says.
It's on the script.
The working script, the working title of the film was ID theft. So for me, that's residue. That it was identity theft, and now it's identity thief.
Yeah, we'll get the signed thing. It says Melissa McCarthy signed autographed identity theft. This is insane.
Are you familiar with Star Wars?
Yeah, that's kind of
Oh,
like
yeah.
Because we do have some Star Wars ones. Everyone, like I said, everyone will talk about the original Mandela effect and forget about and just ignore all the new stuff because the same things tend to be Mandela'd over and over again. I don't know why. So Josh, if you can switch to the last link, which was Star Wars, or maybe it was the second to the last, because I grabbed
Yeah, I
the
got
weather
it.
one for pushing buttons. All right, so we're not going to do this whole one. This one is so long. But C3PO, I think it's the next slide. Besides his silver leg that everyone talks about, let's go to the next one. Oh, I'm on a delay.
Oh.
He now has like Wolverine spikes sticking out of his hand. Do you remember that?
What? He never had that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, go through the pictures. This thing's like 50 slides long.
Wow.
That is so crazy.
And his fingers are chunky. Look at the fingers.
Yeah.
They got little bumps on top of the like knuckles, but in the wrong spot on his hands. And he has pistons all over his body. He's got piping and wires exposed. I remember that, all gold. He also has these contact points on his hand, on his palm. But there you can see the bumpy fingers really well. There's so many Mandelas with the same thing, and no one talks about this. I don't understand. For me, the Wolverine-style spikes are worse than a silver leg. It's worse for me. I don't understand. Everyone just talks about the silver leg. And then also, he's got spikes sticking up from in front of his neck. So they're just sticking straight up in the air. Can you zoom in on the bottom right, please? It's really clear. Bottom right. Bottom right. See how you can see the gap? It's just spikes on his chest, sticking straight up. Does anyone remember this? Rob, you okay?
No.
I don't remember that. I don't, for some reason. I don't remember ever seeing that.
Yeah,
Me neither.
I'd never seen it before either.
No, that's new to me too. Wow.
That is crazy.
It just, and then I don't remember on the side of his knee, this big slot that you would stick like a penny in to turn. Do you guys remember this? Can you go back? I'm sorry.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Josh.
Zoom in on it, please, so that they know what I'm talking about. So, do you remember the big slot where you could stick a penny in and turn it?
No, that's insane.
Wow.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
This is crazy.
Yeah, C3PO is all kind of messed up.
Yeah, and that's why it blows my mind that everyone just talks about the silver leg. How are you ignoring all this other stuff? The spyglass attached to his chest, the wires of his stomach, the spikes sticking out everywhere, the pistons. His legs
What
aren't
about
attached
toys?
anymore.
What about old toys of him? Would old toys of him prove the Mandela effect?
Some do, yes. Some do, but not all. And we will have them as residue. But check out his leg. Do you remember his legs being like thigh-high boots? Or do you remember his legs attached to his body? Because now they're just like a sheath that sticks up. I have
That's
it like
weird.
blown up here so you could see it easier, but it doesn't make contact with the body. It sits on top. Like
Yeah, I don't
thigh-high
remember.
boots.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
We're going to be getting to Darth Vader next. So there's a lot going on here. That's why I said we're going to be going through. You can just get through the pictures.
Yeah, there's Darth Vader.
Okay, next. Go to the pictures. There we
Oh,
go. All right, so there are different versions of Darth Vader. It's important to note that. Just like there's different versions of C-3PO. There's one where he has a red arm now. So this is showing you the different versions. However, what we're going to be showing you isn't pictured in any of these. Okay, go to the next one. All right. So do you remember Darth Vader's face? Half being forward and half being backward and silver and black? Because for me, he was all black. And now his face is silver and black. It's actually like a silver, like a gunmetal gray and then black. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that. I remember it just being black.
All black, yes.
Yeah, I agree. And do you see that V shape on the side?
Yeah.
I call them his fangs. So I don't remember that V-shaped boning on the side of his face, but the best part is, you're going to see it in a few minutes. It sticks. Oh, you can see it right there. Can you zoom in on the bottom left of his face? He's got I call them fangs. He's got toggle switches that stick out of his face. Yeah, there you go. Can you see it? You remember that? You can see them clear as day in the movie. They stick out about an inch from his face in the movie. There it looks like a screw, but in the movie they look like toggle switches. So we're going to zoom out because this is not the original. Let's move on. So here you can see the silver very well. No memory. It looks like a bow tie on his face, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. That's so strange.
It doesn't look very scary anymore because the black, black force, black evil represents evil black, that's what it is. Now it's silver, so it's now more, it's Darth Vader. You're not afraid anymore. It just looks cartoonish.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
All right, we can go on.
Because you know why I said that's a good point, Sandy? Because maybe they're trying to make things that are usually dark more appealing, like you said with the other thing. Like that says something like this is satanic in nature. Is that what you're trying to say? Like,
yes, I was.
That's the part of the deception that we're talking about. They're trying to make something good, but they're in their back of their minds and back of their heads, their intentions is to turn it into evil. That's why we're having so much trouble. People calling us crazy when we show them evidence. It's like, this was not like this, but they don't believe us, so they just call us crazy. And that's where the confusion comes from, is that a lot of people don't agree what we're talking about, but we have receipts, we have evidence to let people know they're not crazy. This is what you remember, and you're not alone. And that's what this Sandy show is about. It's a community that we all gather together to help each other and let you know that you're part of the club, you're part of the group, that you're not alone, that we're here to help you. So that's the purpose of this channel, and that's why we're here. A lot of people don't believe in the Mandela effect, but there is something happening, and they're deniers. We call them the deniers of the Mandela effect. But go ahead.
Yeah, I don't even think this can be denied. I don't see anybody that denies this is in total what's the word? Is in total I don't know.
Denial. Yeah, denial.
You'd be surprised how many people deny it.
Yeah.
Can you zoom in on the top left one, or is that as close as you can, or is it below bigger? You can see right there on the top one how much it sticks out. You can see the points, the fangs sticking. I call them fangs. That's what they look like to me. And the black and gray is on his outfit as well. Black and gray, black and silver. He was all black in my past. I also remember him wearing like a hard suit, and now it's like quilted leather. He was all black in my past.
Oh wait.
I also there's an echo. A hard suit.
I was just tuning into the chat on my phone because I wanted to see if we're missing any messages, because I have this blown up on my computer screen. So to see if they can make it bigger for the audience, So I took away the chat. So I had to kind of pull it up on my phone.
Right now, we're looking at the original 3 movies that came out.
This is Trey. This is a good comment that I wanted to bring out. Trey says, so was Star Wars trying to empathize with us, getting the Dark Controller side of this, like have empathy for endless warmongers, he says?
Possibly. Like I said, I do believe this is the Great Deception. And we do see, not always, we do see messages sometimes that highlight
Isn't
things
there
that
a
are happening
Nazi?
in reality.
Isn't there a Nazi Mandela effect too? I'd have to look that up. Something with the
Yes, I have
Nazis.
many. You're talking about the symbol, though, aren't you?
No, about them in general, like something like where they tried to make them look good or so. I don't know. I don't know. I have to listen to what you
I don't
have.
know. I mean, I don't know about that one, but for me, the salute is wrong.
Yeah.
There's also multiple salutes now, not just the one that I remember. Oh, this is just showing you the different colors. Josh,
Yeah.
just fast forward till I'm trying to find a close-up of the fangs. Just keep going. There's too many slides here.
Mm.
There's way
That's
too many.
amazing. You guys have this evidence, though. I love it. I really do. This is amazing.
I think the second to the last or the third to the last had a close-up. You go back to.
Well, this is the last one. So.
No, go back one more. One more. Right there. Top right. I think you can see how much it sticks out there, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, in the film you can see it. There's that boning on the side that's shaped like a V, which I just realized mimics the V shape on The Bride of Frankenstein. It's the exact same shape. We see, like I said, we see patterns in the Mandela. That is a pattern, that shape right there, right in the same spot on The Bride of Frankenstein.
Wow.
What's next, Josh? I did send him a couple others.
Yeah, I think this is the last one.
No, I sent that one, yes. So rainbows are big in the Mandela Effect community. A lot of things are now rainbow that weren't. For example, I'm not going to show it right. Well, maybe I will show it, but vinyl records, right? I mean, you grew up when I grew up. You're only a few years younger than me. So when vinyl records reflected light, for me, it was just white light on the black record. If it was black. I'm so sorry about that. Wow. So, like, if you were to reflect light off of a vinyl record, it would just be white. Except now, it can also be rainbow. Like, straight up sparkly rainbow.
What?
And I'll get a picture of, I'll get that presentation for you. Josh, just read out where these are and then go through the pictures, because there's so many in this presentation. Okay?
Okay.
So, I think we're starting with what Moneybags found, the ones in Peru. Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, it says the mountains in Peru, China, and the Painted Hills in Oregon.
This is insane. It's like some psychopaths taking a crayon and drawing all over the world.
Yeah.
This is insane. I can't believe this. I didn't even know about this, honestly. I had no clue about this.
Yeah, these places don't look real.
I mean, this is absolutely fascinating. This is like...
What happened to Sandy?
I'm right here.
A comment from the audience. One of my moderators, Spiritual Ascension, she's from Australia. She says, Sandy really does well with her research.
Thank you, Spiritual Ascension.
Yes.
Yes, she does.
Yes, I know Spiritual Ascension.
Oh, you know her? Yeah, she called in one time. She called in. She's a really nice lady from Australia. She's she's really cool. I made her a moderator because she got along real well with the girl I was seeing, but not anymore. Anyway.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that episode. You had someone on who was speaking about EVPs, and I was really interested in it, so I decided to watch that episode, and that was the episode that Spiritual Ascension called in on.
Yeah, we had a good call-in show after that. That episode went really well. Yeah, did you like it though?
I loved it.
Oh,
loved
thanks.
it.
Yeah.
And don't forget, we have a couple to show you of those.
Yeah, I want to hear your EVPs for real.
Josh, you can just go through these really quick to get to the rainbow.
Yeah, because I want to get to the EVPs I'd love to hear those. Like,
well, if you want,
this is absolutely insane. I didn't even know this existed. I had no clue.
Yeah, just keep going through them. Just show them the pictures. These are all over the place. Utah, Arizona. Just keep going through them. Don't even bother stopping. Oh, that one stopped. I'm sorry. Go back one more. So I'm pointing out how you have to be careful looking at images online. The image on the right is the actual color. The image on the left is what you find online where they make it super saturated. So it's still rainbow, but it's not as rainbow as they have online. You know what I'm saying?
Jason had a question for you. He's one of my moderators. He always has really good questions. He says, "What's the shortest time frame a Mandela effect has been noticed? Like, do you know, or is it like?"
Well, for me, the shortest was about a week. So when Squid Game came out, there's a part. I mean, spoilers. It's season 1. There's a scene where Kang Sang-byuk and I forget the other one's name, where it comes down to the two of them to die, and the other girl says, you know what, I'm going to look it up so I don't tell you the wrong thing. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you this, Sandy. I used to have a bigger audience. I used to have a channel with 20,000 followers. I got taken down from YouTube.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they censored me bad. Like, that's why I started a Rumble. Now I got 5,000 on Rumble and then almost 5,000 back up on YouTube. But I used to have 20,000. But they're giving some of my colleagues their channels back. Like the guys from Journey to Truth. I love those guys. They got their channel back. Laura Eisenhower got her channel back. Chris Matthew from Forbidden Knowledge News got his channel back. So I'm hoping they all got canceled early, you know. And this is actually a fact that YouTube was getting pressured by the Biden administration to censor us like this, to shut people down. You know what I mean? Not just us, but everybody who got censored and shut down, you know, like, so that, you know what that makes me say? That makes me say that there's some truth in what we're saying, or they're afraid of something, you know what I mean? Otherwise they wouldn't bother censoring it, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, all right. So when I first watched Squid Game, okay, it was it was a brand new episode. There was nothing else, right? And Ji Young, I think her name is, said to Kang Sang-byuk in my past when I watched it the first go ahead, it was an honor being your partner, and then she dies. When the next episode came out a week later, I rewatched the previous episode, because that's what I did. I rewatched the previous episode and watched the new one. So it was cohesive. And when I got to that scene, instead of saying it was an honor being your partner, it said, "Thanks for playing with me." And I was like, what? It did not say that. And I went through and saw images and stuff like that. Everything was "thanks for playing with me" from a week earlier. It had always been "thanks for playing with me." And this is the dubbed version. Okay? But I did find residue of people doing artwork saying it was an honor being your partner. So 1 week, that is the fastest Mandela effect I've ever come across.
That's insane. That's insane. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
It just leaves me scratching my head, you know, it really does. Because I'd love to know why. I'd love to know what exactly is going on, you know, like, I don't know. I like your theory though. You know, I like your theory. It makes sense, you know, but it's so strange.
Well,
yeah.
When you see the Rainbow Mountains, they were not created overnight. They've been here millions and millions of years. That thing, you cannot say it changed. So on the mountain, that's real. I mean, you go and you can touch it. That's a fact that there is Rainbow Mountains. And we, like Sandy says, we found 13 different areas, 14 that have Rainbow Mountains. So how did they get there? Same questions that you're asking. Why and how is that something happened to our memory that was moved? That's
like
why
you guys were saying earlier, Jose, like we went to a different timeline. Like we're in a different, like we moved, like humans moved, like we moved to a different timeline, it seems like, or something.
Yes.
Oh, and that's another thing. Jose is from Colorado, okay?
Mm-hmm.
There were never Rainbow Mountains in Colorado. I found Rainbow Mountains in Colorado right near Jose, and then a week later found another set of Rainbow Mountains in Colorado a week later.
Yeah.
So there's another 1 week difference. Two mountain ranges
Mhm.
that are rainbow in Colorado when there were 0 before.
Yeah.
Josh, can you please switch to the albums so they can see the rainbows?
Yeah.
And tell us if they remember records doing this. Now, this one's interesting, though. I have to say, we're not going to read it because, again, it's long, but I'm going to give you a basic gist of what happened. I came across a physics forum on the internet. And so this is how I remember record albums. Is this what you guys remember? Them reflecting white light like this? Is this what you remember, Rob?
Yeah.
Okay, do you remember them being rainbow like this?
No, I don't.
No.
I would just go through the images now.
Yeah.
But the physics forum it's a bunch of scientists. They saw the rainbows and they didn't understand why. So they literally started researching why it's rainbow because they'd never seen it before. They didn't realize it was a Mandela effect, but they at least tried everything to figure it out. They took macro photos and they did mass spectrometry and all sorts of mass spectrum. I can't pronounce it, but you know what I'm saying. They did science to try to figure it out, and they couldn't figure it out. But yeah, rainbow. They reflect rainbow more usually with natural lighting, and usually at a specific angle. And just like regular rainbows, they have to be viewed at a 45-degree angle. So do these. But they're all rainbow. I don't remember record albums doing that.
That's insane. I have no clue why I would, it's weird. I don't know. I don't want to get into like stuff that's, political, but like there's a lot of weird stuff going on with the rainbow too nowadays, I mean, I don't know if that ties in or what.
Well, that's what I was saying, that some things have meaning to us. They could have messages about our current reality. I don't think it's I think it's more than a coincidence that there are a lot of Mandela effects having to do with the rainbow. There's so many Mandela effects and the variation effect. I know it's not Christmas, but I'm going to show you one Christmas one because it gets everyone.
I love
everyone.
Christmas. I'm not religious, but I love Christmas. I'm more spiritual, but I still love the whole spirit of Christmas. I think it's a great time. Everybody's always in a good mood, and like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the same.
That's exactly how I feel. I mean, I believe in Christmas because that's a good time to spend with your family and everything. That's a very positive. But in this timeline, if you ever notice that Halloween is the #1 event here. I mean, everybody goes off on Halloween, no matter what. It's like it's #1 here. And that never used to be like that. And that scares me. That's where we're heading. Everybody's getting evil now. And they're harming people. They're trying to, take away our dollar. They're trying to take our homes. They're trying to take our money, our jobs, and everything. It's very evil. So that's why we're here. And that's why we can see the Mandela effect, to let you know that you're somewhere else as a positive energy. And if you can stick with that and think about it, is that we're all positive, that we're all good people. We're here to help people. We're here to teach. That's why we're here. If everybody wonders, why is my memory wrong? It's not wrong. It's wrong here is because we're in a different timeline where your memory does not exist. Things are not changing. We are the ones changing. We are the ones experiencing
our theory.
Our theory, potentially, I have to say potentially. I'm not saying I'm correct, but that's the spiritual side that I took, is that we're here to help this evil planet. And that's why we're here. And that's why the creator, whoever you believe it is, doing this, we're here to help to create that yin yang, because we're not part of this evil planet and what they're trying to do to this humanity. We're just here to help with our energy and help people, because that's where we were sent here. And that's the
Yeah.
positive message that I wanted to bring along here.
Oh, Josh, we're doing the Christmas one first.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll go ahead and I'll do it. Rob, if you can Google, or if you can tell me how many rings the Saturn has, right?
But it was 8 or 9, right? Wasn't it 8 or 9?
Right. And how many other planets have rings like Saturn?
None.
Okay, go ahead and ask Google how many planets in our solar system have rings on them. Everybody can do this in the chat room. Everybody can say.
I'll ask ChatGPT.
Yeah,
I asked ChatGPT about.
Yeah. But we all remember Saturn is the only planet that has rings on them. So that's how me and Sandy determined that we're jumping timelines and we're somewhere else. That's why we can see the Mandela effect. They're not changes, they're just differences. We're witnessing something very never known.
It says Saturn, Jupiter, and Uranus, and Neptune. And he says fun Mandela effect time for your show. I call my ChatGPT Mike because I had a lot of friends growing up named Mike. And I try to get along with ChatGPT, but I mean, I don't know. Sometimes it bothers you,
Hi, please, Josh.
So now in this timeline, there's 4 planets that have rings on them, like Saturn.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means we're in a different timeline in a different star system. Like
Well,
if you
let me explain something. The reason why I said we're on an earlier version of Earth is because if you look at the trajectory of our solar system in the galaxy, in the future, like we're talking millions of years.
Yeah.
In the future, we will be in the Sagittarius arm again. In the future, those rings will fall to the planet, and then Saturn will be the only one left with rings. In the future, the sun will be a yellow star again. So, trajectory-wise, maybe in the future, South America with tectonic plate movement will once again be below North America. And that's why I believe we're on an earlier version of Earth based upon these things, like 4 planets having rings, South America being 3,000 miles east, things like that.
And a lot of people are saying time is faster now. And my belief is that we're on a different Earth, which is a lot smaller than the one we came from. Before we used to get 24 hours a day. Now you go to sleep and you wake up tired because time is faster here. So that means everything's happening really fast and the time is speeding up. It's not. We're just somewhere else where the Earth is smaller or the sun is rotating faster. So
back in 2001, Jose, I was a big Art Bell fan. I used to listen to Art Bell when I was a kid, and I listen to reruns now. And Art Bell wrote a book back in 2001 called The Quickening, where he talked about that time was speeding up, and I really started to notice it a few years ago, that it was just really things were just going really fast. But then when Art had this Native American elder on back in the day, I think it was 2001. This Native American elder said that human metabolism was speeding up, which I thought was weird because I said we still have a lot of big people on the planet, but I don't know what he meant like that. Maybe it means energetically we're speeding up or something like that. Yeah. I don't know, but you're absolutely right. Time is definitely speeding up. Yeah. It's that's not even a question; it's a fact.
Yeah, a lot of people are very stressed. They're driving faster now. They have they're just not normal anymore. They're just rushing everywhere. It's because they're running out of time. They're not getting their 8 hours sleep. They're only getting 6
Josh,
hours.
go to the next slide so they can answer the question. No, go ahead, Jose. I just wanted to move to the next slide. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just little differences that I notice on people's behavior now. They're more evil. They don't even think. They don't have common sense anymore. So what I tell my people is there's nothing wrong with you. It's them. There's nothing. Yeah, they are I don't know how they are, the NPCs. There's a word that we can relate to, that we don't get along with these people because they don't understand us. That's why we're getting attacked a lot, is because people don't understand why we see the Mandela effect, because to them, they're from this timeline. That's why they call us crazy, is because they don't see what we see. That's where the confusion is, and that's why we're here to get that things straight. That there's nothing wrong with you. It's them. You know.
Do you think there could be? You guys think there could be variations of people here? People that came in on a different timeline, and then people that didn't.
Yes. That's where the variation effect comes from. Everybody has a different answer for this one question, and we're going to talk about it right now with Sandy.
Well, actually, most people don't. Most people remember the red doghouse. Do you remember red or blue in Snoopy?
I remember red, I think.
Yes, red.
Yeah, me too.
But in the cartoon, it's always been blue.
Wow. That's crazy.
But I picked this to show you the variation effect.
Why would they have a blue house for Christmas? It would always be red for Christmas, right? You know, it's like.
I have an answer for that. In this timeline, whoever drew this picture made a different decision. It didn't change. It is impossible for anything to change.
Well, your theory.
Yeah, my theory is that whoever created this, the automator, the author, the songwriter, everybody that's creating made a different choice on this timeline. So we're experiencing different timelines where differences are different colors, different masks for the Darth Vader. There's different opinions of what we believe and how we answer things.
Wait, don't go back to that. I want to show you guys something real quick. Some observation I made.
No,
so
ahead.
Look at the picture on the right and look how happy they look. And look at it's more lively and bright. Now look at the picture on the left. He looks like he just got some bad news. It's a droopy, dreary doghouse. You know, it looks kind of beat up a little bit. Like it looks more depressing, right? But it's compared to the right picture that looks more vibrant.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's the timeline we're talking about. This is more negative. Even the Bible, it's evil now. It is changing to be evil. So yeah, it has to do with good and bad, and that's what the deception is. What side are you going to go to? The evil side or the good side? You know, just like Star Wars. We want you on the good team. You know, we want you on the spiritual side because we're all spiritual here. We're here to experience life. Once we're dead, we take our memories with us, and that's how we get judged. When we pass away, your heart will be
His theory
judged. Again. Yeah, my theory is very spiritual. I'm sorry, but I believe in Jesus and God and everything else. But I believe that this is a God thing that to let us know that He is alive and He is taking care of us, and we're part of Him, His power, and I believe that He's the one that's moving us, or she, or whoever you want to believe, is that is protecting our souls. The evil people here, the draconians and whoever you want to call it, the reptilians and everything, they want our soul. So, and one way to protect our soul is to move us around the galaxies to keep us safe, because we're very important to God. So we were chosen to be here. This is not a miracle. This is a fact that Jesus loves us, and this is what's happening with our spirit. Our spirit are moving. Our consciousness is moving all the time. That's why we see changes or differences. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'll stop. Go back.
Right. I just want to explain the variation effect, and that's another term that I invented to make my life easier. Basically, growing up, I saw Snoopy's doghouse just a couple different colors. So in the cartoons, it was always red. Sometimes in the comics, after we had color comics, it would be yellow or orange. But yellow, orange, or red was it. Those were the only colors I ever saw. I did see white with a red roof on like the snow cone maker. I'll say that. But I never saw blue.
I had one of those. You talking about the Snoopy snow cone maker?
Yes, I am.
I had one of those when I was a kid. I loved that thing. I can't believe you remember that. I had one. I love that thing. You know.
Yeah, I have one in my room right now.
No way. Are you serious, Josh? Does it work?
It works. Yeah. It's the hand crank thing, but yeah, it works.
Oh, that's so cool.
But with the exception of red, orange, yellow, and the white with the red roof, I never saw a purple Snoopy doghouse. Never saw green. Never saw pink. But you can find Snoopy's Doghouse, every single color of the rainbow, in official Peanuts merchandise, artwork, things like that, where there shouldn't be. So if you go on Josh, go through the pictures. But yeah, the blue doghouse, absolutely not. It was always red for me. Go ahead. Just flip through. Just, yeah. Flip. So Snoopy is, Charlie Brown as well. Like he's wearing yellow with a purple stripe, blue, orange, pink. Never. He always had a yellow shirt with a black stripe, and that was it for me.
Yeah.
And this is why I call it the variation effect. This is official merchandise. Official things made by Peanuts. Why would they change the color? Lucy, red dress, yellow dress, blue dress, orange dress.
Dress.
There was a green doghouse we just passed. Purple. Green, orange.
Rainbow.
So here's some doghouses. Pink, orange, brown, yellow, rainbow. Well, the rainbow's not official. I just threw that in there to be funny. But the other ones are all official.
Oh man, this takes me back. This really does.
So here's a Peanuts. Wait, stop here. Go back to the Peanuts lunchbox, please. So the
Do you
Peanuts
remember those metal
lunchbox.
lunchboxes? Holy shit. That's a blast from the past. Holy shit. I used to have one of those metal lunchboxes. I remember that.
Yeah.
Right, but the thing is, I don't remember Charlie Brown ever wearing a yellow shirt with a purple stripe. And
I know,
Schroeder
that's
was
weird,
wearing,
right?
yeah. And Schroeder was wearing purple and black, not red and black. And Lucy was wearing a blue dress, not yellow. You see what I'm saying? This is a variation effect where the color,
Yeah.
what it boils down to is, in my past, in my timeline, things like this were consistent. They were always the same. They were trademarked. You wanted them to be the same so they could be instantly recognizable. In this timeline, it's not as strict. It doesn't matter. If they feel like using yellow with a purple stripe today, they can. And it wasn't like that in my past. And that's the variation effect
Yeah,
in a
this
nutshell.
is very bizarre. Yeah.
Yeah, and you can't forget that Charles Schultz name is now Charles Schulz.
Yes, there's the T is missing in his last name.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
But yeah, you can just go through the rest of the pictures. I just wanted them to see the official Peanuts lunchbox was all messed up. Here we have purple dress in the comics. They have a blue sky. Why couldn't they do her dress blue? You know?
That's weird.
Yeah, some of these are old pictures, so the quality is so small
Yeah.
that you can't even see them.
Yeah. And that's the end of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least
I'd
the
like
doghouse
to-
is red.
Yeah. I'd like to get to those DVPs. That would be good, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, EVP time. So Josh made a video combining my short and, I mean, we've had multiple EVPs since this, but here's like a good overview of
Where are you
a
getting
couple
these EVPs from? Where are these coming from?
during the live streams.
Oh, they're happening during your live stream. They're paying. You know what's so weird about that? The last show I did with Nicole or Coley, it sounded we were interviewing Tony Rodriguez, the SSP guy or whatever, and it was weird. Like when he would laugh, it was sounded like somebody else would laugh or like somebody was in the room with us. And I got to go back to that show. And then Laura from the audience said that she wanted to see if it was an EVP. So something weird happened to us too, but I didn't capture it yet. I haven't went back, but it definitely seemed like someone else was in our StreamYard room. You know what I mean? And nobody else had the link, which was crazy. So that's bizarre. But yeah,
And that's what I keep saying is I've been doing this for 7 years and this just started recently and I don't understand why. I don't understand why all of a sudden I'm getting EVPs during my shows where I did not for the first 7 years. That doesn't make sense.
That is weird.
Now I'm going to say some of these are clear as day and other ones are, we have no idea what they're saying. So I'm going to mute up because I have the fan in the background. Hopefully you can hear them better. Here we go. call out during the stupid quarantine. How?
Huh?
Oh my goodness.
So, yes or no, do you recall the monster cereal characters being used for any other food products?
Nadine, wait, you're going to have to remind me, what observation about eyeshadow? What?
What the hell?
Splatter, what did you say?
Huh? Nothing.
Josh, did you whisper something?
No.
Stop it. I clearly heard.
Wow. I can hear that one.
Yeah.
What
That was the
hell
first
was
one.
that?
That's crazy.
Crystal meth in my ear.
That is crazy.
We
Yeah, that
just
was the
had
first
one. Yeah, we just had one say, and I'm gonna imitate it. Pushkin's gonna love it. So, little backstory. Golden Sai, who was in the chat earlier, told me that it was a good spirit who was attached to me to comfort and protect me, and it just totally left my brain what I was gonna say. Oh, so I was a little freaked out about it, but I didn't voice that I was freaked out about it. But apparently, her name is Samantha, according to Golden Sai as well. Apparently, Samantha knew I was freaked out, and during our stream, do you have the sorry one, Josh?
Yes.
Okay, so the ghost said it was sorry to me, and he's gonna get it and play it.
All right, yeah, this is a real quick one.
All right, we can get back to the video. Sorry.
I heard that. Sorry.
Yeah, that was very clear.
Sorry.
That was weird. Holy
Wow.
shit.
Yeah, we're getting really clear ones. We get some that are not, because it likes to talk when we're talking.
What
But
do you
I
think
had-
it is?
Well, wait, hold on, wait. I gotta tell you something crazy. So you know how I was just asking the chat, do they remember red or blue for the doghouse?
Yeah.
Well, I was asking the chat what color they remember the JFK car. Do you have that one, Josh?
I couldn't find the white one. I don't
Okay.
think I made a video of that one.
Okay. So people remember the JFK car black, blue, or white. That's the consensus that people remember. The ghost answered white. Like clear as day, it went like white, just like that. So it was
That's
answering the question I was asking.
Yeah.
That is, I'm blown away. I wonder what it is, like, I wonder if it's someone from or if it's like, like someone who's passed, it's like one of you guys knows, or like, if it's just a ghost, like, chilling at your sessions, or like, it's really strange,
Well, Sai is psychic, and Woo Riders knows someone who is. Woo Riders says that it's a childhood friend, but I've never met a Samantha. He's
the one he's a good friend of mine, Woo Riders. That's Derek Galloway.
Yes.
He's the one who recommended you to my channel. He was really talking really. He really likes your channel and stuff. He's a good. I'm sure he's a really good dude.
Absolutely.
Well,
But
thank
yeah, Woo Rider said that it's someone from my childhood, but I don't remember. Like I may have met Samantha in passing, but I wasn't friends with the Samantha. And Sai says her name is Samantha, and she has a feeling that it's someone like related to me, but I don't have any Samanthas in my family, so I don't understand.
That's true. Yeah. Wow.
And I did have. Oh, I just heard an EVP just now. There was a whisper, guys. Anyone here that can record it, rewind it? There was just a whisper. Oh my gosh. Did you guys hear it?
I didn't hear anything.
There was a whisper.
Yeah, I didn't hear it, but I'll
Yeah,
mark
it was
down
like
the time.
It was very soft and breathy. It was like something like that. It was very soft.
An hour and 50 minutes. Well, it would probably be about an hour and 49 minutes because we're at an hour and 50 minutes right now. So it'll be right about that time, you know. I'm going to minimize the screen now. Well, yeah, this was fascinating, guys. I really had fun. Like, this was really interesting show and stuff. And yeah, I guess we could finish up now. My screen's not minimizing. It's not letting me get out. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Do you guys want to tell them like how they can follow you? And yeah, I'd love to have you back on again. This was fun.
Yeah, we'd love to come on again. And maybe we can bring Splatter next time because he wanted to come. But he's got season tickets to Canadian football and he could not miss the game. So, he said, thanks for inviting us. And I would like, if you're free, I don't know what your schedule looks like, but you're welcome to jump on our show anytime. We're actually having a show tonight probably in about an hour. I'm probably going to bump it to 1 a.m. So we have time to prepare because we have a new EVP we're going to be showing that I have to give backstory for. It's actually kind of funny. It's like a whole sentence. Like Jose doesn't even know about this, but the ghost was making fun of your lady. Like totally making fun of your lady, and we have to share it. It's hilarious. So we're going to do that tonight.
Can't wait. Good.
But you're welcome to join us tonight if you're free. If not, you're welcome to hop on anytime we have a show. Anytime.
Yeah, I'll probably do like next time because I did a show right before this too. It was 2 hours, so it was close to, or maybe an hour and a half. So it was like, like it's been a long night, but like I definitely will come. Like like if we can schedule it, that'd be great. Like I'll definitely come like soon. Like like maybe like the next time you guys do a show, I'll definitely I'll do it because it sounds like fun for sure.
Yes. Great, thanks. As for our links, Jason's already dropping my link and Sai's link in the chat. Josh is real or not for real. Josh, I don't know if, but he's kind of hard to find. I'm subscribed and I still have a hard time finding Josh's channel.
Yeah, my channel is blocked too from the algorithm too, so I only get like 50 views per video.
Yeah, Jose is Sag Arm Mandela Effects on YouTube, and I'm at Sandy DiVa. It's Sandy DiVa Mandela Effects. Either one you type, it usually comes up. And I'm also on Rumble. I'm on X. On X, I'm at Residue Research. And on Rumble, it's the same thing, Sandy DiVa Mandela Effects.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I had so much fun. It was really nice meeting you guys. And like, I feel like I met new friends, and I definitely want to do your show, like for sure. Like, yeah, like, and I'll be watching tonight. I'll have it on probably. So
awesome.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, the same way. Thank you so much for having us. And if you can stick around afterwards for a minute, I have a question to ask you.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to end the stream now, guys. Tomorrow I have Christy Campbell coming on, guys, for watching. She hits at like 10 p.m. Eastern, but that's it. And then, I'm looking for people. If anybody in the chat knows of any good, like, I need more good Rumble guests. Like, if anybody wants to do a Rumble show, get a hold of me because I need to do my ads for Rumble. So, like, if anybody out there in the chat knows a good Rumble guest or wants to be a Rumble guest, get a hold of me. And, yeah, we'll do that ASAP. And thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. And follow other channels, guys. And they're doing great work. And, yeah, thank you all. And